So this sample is showing a classic shading artifact. You see brighter color towards the edge and darker color towards the center, although this is just one material. I believe this is calcite. If you look at a profile here, you see this sagging of the baseline. So this is a classic shading artifact. Now let's try simple thresholding. If you set one thresholding, your segmentation of the solid part would look like this. Let's zoom in a little bit. So you're setting, for example, the threshold so that those voids are not painted red. But at the same time, you have a problem towards the center where you see all those gray holes. They are not painted red, although they should be. You can adjust the threshold so that those holes go away like this. And now it looks pretty clean here, but now you lost those voids. They're all painted red. And this happens because there is no one happy threshold that can work across the cross-section. The correct threshold actually depends on the distance from the center of the core. This is where the histographic segmentation comes in handy. In histographic segmentation, you can combine two images to do the segmentation work. So for example, you can use the original image and combine this with a distance map. The distance map is using the gray level to represent the distance from the center of the core. Now we're going to make two-dimensional histogram using those two images, and it would look like this. So the brighter color represents higher number of voxels. And this axis is the original gray level from the original image. And this axis is the gray level coming from this distance map. Now let's take a look at the center of the distance map here. At the center of the distance map, it's pretty dark, and that means that we're looking at those pixels or voxels. Now we're going to jump back to the original image and look at the center and set a threshold that works just for that center area. We don't need to worry about the shading at this point. We're just looking at the center area. And then we set a threshold like this. Now we're going to go back to the distance map and look at the edge area, which is bright. Now we're looking at voxels in this area. And we're going to jump back to the original image again and set another threshold that works just for that edge area. In the same manner, you can set a threshold for different locations of the original image. And at the end, you will have those voxels selected, and you can map this back to the original image. So this is where we started with just one simple threshold, which was not working very well. But if you use the histographic segmentation by combining the original and distance map, you can get a segmentation that is this clean. So let's zoom in. So we had a problem with this one, but the histographic segmentation looks a lot better. We don't have holes towards the center, and we still have those voids towards the edge intact. So you can see that the histographic segmentation can be very effective when you have a severe shading artifact.